What's going on, YouTube, fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. It's free. It helps get the video out there. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For my day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. With that being said, let's get right into the story. When we meet a person and we are interested in pursuing a romantic relationship with them, in the beginning, you have to go with whatever narrative they paint of themselves and take that at face value. Unfortunately, people do not come with warning signs or red flags attached to them saying, hey, I'm crazy, jealous, possessive, like to fight, or insecure. But once y'all really lock in and things get serious, it's only so long a person can pretend before the real them comes out. In a lot of relationships, once you have time invested, y'all live together, share finances, or have kids, it's hard to just wake up one day and be like, all right, it's over, I'm gone. Most people are taught nobody is perfect. And as long as you are not in harm's way, try to make it work, because the grass is not always greener out here. So every day while out in public, we see couples. Some walk around genuinely content and happy in their union. Others smile to keep from crying while dealing with a toxic partner and situation, feeling like it's just no way out or it's too much to leave. Usually when we think about things getting physical in a relationship and somebody getting hands put on them, the first thing that comes to mind is a man being aggressive with his woman. But if you have been around the block enough, then you know that's definitely not always the case. You have some women out here more aggressive and angry than any man. And once they act on that, things can go left real fast. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we'll be taking it to Chicago, Illinois to discuss the case of a woman who laughed while on the phone with 911 while taking her boyfriend's life. Earlier this year, 44-year-old James McKnight was navigating life in the Windy City. Described as outgoing, loyal, a man who liked to have fun, wasn't scared to be himself, and genuinely loved the people in his life. And one of those people was his long-term on-again, off-again girlfriend, 33-year-old Brianna Gillums. Even though 11 years younger than James, the couple had a strong bond and history that went all the way back to 2015. Brianna was a mother of 4, ages ranging from 6 months all the way up to 16 years old. It's not clear if any of the kids belonged to James, because they would often be together 1 minute, break up, and get back together. Brianna was described as a woman who loved her kids, tried to stay focused in life, but didn't have the best history when dealing with men. Some say she had a temper problem and was easily triggered. All the way back in 2009, she was arrested for putting her hands on another man who was her boyfriend at the time before she met James. And during her and James' relationship, police wasn't a stranger to the couple. They had reports dating all the way back to 2017 of Brianna causing physical or bodily harm towards James. In the first one in 2017, she grabbed a knife, cut him on his hand and stomach after an argument over the TV. Then in 2020, he called police on her after she threatened him with a knife again because she thought he took her money. When police responded, James was bleeding, but he told them it was from something else the night before. Again, in May 2021, Brianna stabbed James in the back after an argument about moving in together. The injury left a 2-inch gash. The final report was in November 2021, when James again reported his girlfriend broke all his car windows and bit him multiple times. But through all that, he never pressed charges, and he still loved Brianna. Things were quiet for a few years. The couple did eventually move in together and shared an apartment in Chicago's North Side in the 1300 block of North Hudson. On social media, Even though they were going through things for years behind closed doors, they both smiled in pictures and expressed their love for each other. But by now, it was clear Brianna had a dark side, and old habits die hard. Although years went by with no reported incidents, in the late night, early morning hours of March 16th, 2025, around 2 a.m., 911 operators got a call. On the other end, as they said hello, no one spoke, but eventually they heard a man say, "Stop. Stop pointing that gun. Put it down. You tripping. Why you pulling guns out around the kids?" The woman stated, "Cause I hate you." The man then stated, "Put it back before it goes off," before the call then ended. But less than 2 minutes later, another call came in from the same number. This time, a single gunshot went off, and the man cried out, "You just shot me, bitch." The woman, while laughing, stated, "You stupid, you dumb, just breathe," before the call disconnected. The operator got a general location of the area the caller called from. Before minutes later, the caller, now identified as Brianna, called back. She at first stated someone had accidentally been shot at her home. When police and the fire department responded to the scene, they saw Brianna and her kids at the door. Inside the home, James was suffering from a single gunshot wound to the stomach from a .25 caliber handgun. For about 35 minutes, Brianna broke down what she claimed happened. At first, she stated it was a robbery. Then she claimed James was shot outside, then ran in the house, before telling another officer someone walked in the apartment and shot James. Unfortunately, a few hours later, James will pass away from his injuries at a local hospital. And even though Brianna tried to point the finger in other directions, the 911 call and her history of violence towards the man pointed back at her. She was arrested and charged with a single count of first-degree hit. As of now, this is still a pretty new case, and it hasn't made its way to trial yet, and Brianna is innocent until proven otherwise. Rest in peace to James. I send my prayers and condolences to his family. One thing I never played with as a man was putting my hands on a female, but also definitely not tolerating a woman putting her hands on me. One time is enough. I'm gone, because I know where that could go. I know James probably loved Brianna, and as men, a lot of us are taught very young, you better not hit a girl, walk away. But when knives and guns come out, at that point, it's self-preservation. Not a domestic dispute, but you now fighting for your life. With their history, I know people that know them were probably not surprised. They probably said to themselves, she finally did it. She finally went too far and took his life. Brianna, for whatever reasons, seemed hateful and angry, especially towards James. There's no records of him putting hands on her. She was always the aggressor. So I don't know why she felt like that, or what happened that morning to make her allegedly pull the trigger. But to laugh and call the man dumb and say breathe while he was laying on the floor fighting for his life is next level evil. I'ma leave this one with a question. For my fellas out there, have you ever dealt with a woman like this who like putting her hands on you? If so, how did you handle or get out the situation? And everybody else, y'all let me know what y'all think about this story. Leave it in the comments. And remember, we gotta succeed, not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Yeah, man, it's a super crazy story. Rest in peace to James, though. I definitely send my prayers to his family. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. I definitely appreciate you if you made it to the end. Be sure to tap that like button if you're feeling the content. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. This another episode of Hood Tales. This your boy Tony 2 times. I'm out.